Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. Ooh, after hours, after dark. I think everyone's in bed right now, but I'm going to make an episode anyway, just because it's nice and quiet outside. Don't hear anyone yelling outside. It was very bozoful earlier. Went to Safeway. Lots of activity there. Lots of craziness there. Oh my goodness. Yep. But glad to be home. Got what I needed there, and I'm back home. Everything like that. We had a great evening tonight. Sensational Delights. He made a couple of videos today. Ask Nathaniel, the Billionaire Mindset. He made some videos. Very lit. Lots of amazing music. You guys need to check both of those people out, okay? Ask Nathaniel, the Billionaire Mindset, and Sensational Delights. Please check those two people out, okay? One of them is my mentor. The other one is my twin flame. So, check those two people out. Please do. All right. Without further ado, I have something to talk about. Okay, now this is going to sound, I want to make sure everybody understands the difference between what I'm talking about. Now, I'm just going to preface this with what started this whole thing. Alright, so a lot of you know that I'm on different social media sites. One of them is Instagram. And whenever I post memes on Instagram, they end up on my Facebook account. Okay, so you know what kind of people are on Instagram. That's just anybody. Any random person who likes memes or pictures or whatever. So I have a couple of Instagram accounts. One of them is to advertise my YouTube account. And then another one is just people have been following me for years and years. And I've got, thousands of followers on there. And those are just memes. And those are like millionaire just kind of encouragement, things that where you just have the mindset of somebody who wants to be very financially prosperous, or just have the mindset of someone who really just wants to win in life. I post a lot of stuff like that, and it's a lot of the stuff I say on here too kind of aligns with it, hopefully. But and a lot of this stuff has to do also with relationships and that sort of thing, and so a lot of those pop up on my Facebook account as well. So the meme was basically about relationships. They work when the man cares more for the woman. Okay, so I don't remember exactly how the meme went because it was a few days ago, but it was just crossing my mind today. And it says the relationship really doesn't work out unless the man cares more for the woman. And that's one of those old world things. It's one of those things where your grandmother's supposed to sit you down and be like, your husband's supposed to love you more than you love him. He's supposed to care about you more than you care about him. And you're like, what? That sounds like kind of like he's supposed to love you more than you love him. Yeah, I know that sounds like, but you're supposed to love each other equally, right? Well, that doesn't mean you're not supposed to love your husband. That doesn't mean you're not supposed to be in love with your husband. But he needs to care about you more. He needs to love you more, or else your relationship is not going to work. You cannot love him more, or else your relationship is not going to work. If you love your man more than he loves you, your relationship's not going to work. You're always going to be heartbroken, sorrowful. It's going to be bad. He's going to be cheating on you. It's really not going to work. You can't love your man more than he loves you. And even if it's equal, it's not going to be okay. He needs to always just love you a little bit more than you love him. And I know that really just if people don't understand how that works, I know it doesn't sound kosher, you know what I mean, for people that don't understand that concept. But your man needs to just care about you just a little bit more than you care about him. Women need a sense of purpose. Women need to be able to love and nurture their man. They need to be able to stay in their feminine. They need to care about him. They need to be able to be emotionally available to him. But if you love him more or love him almost as much. Because we are so emotional, we're not going to be very good partners to him. We're going to be too emotionally invested in him. It's not going to be healthy. So that, I know that's kind of a bizarre concept that a lot of people don't get. But our grandmothers, our auntie, and everybody, they're supposed to sit us young ladies down and explain that concept to us. And if we love the man more, don't be with him. We need to find somebody that we are in love with, but the man needs to really just be head over heels, crazy in love with us, and we need to be the kind of lady that is not clingy, that is not bugging him, that just leaves him be, lets him go to work, is not texting him all the time, is not bugging him, what are you doing, and just lets him be and lets him do his thing. Because he's going to resent the clinginess. He's going to resent us paranoid. What are you doing? Are you cheating on me? And and in his business. And the thing is, if you're always checking up on your man and worrying about what he's doing, yeah, you are going to catch him doing something wrong. Men are always doing something wrong. I'm going to let you know this right now. They're always up to something. So I really hate to say that, but if you check up on him, he's probably doing something he's not supposed to. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. He really, whatever it is, he should probably stop doing it. But the more you try to check up on him, and the more you try to do things like that, it's really just detrimental. So the more you shouldn't let him get away with things, but he's really, grown men need to monitor themselves. They need to, we don't need to be babysitting them and raising them and checking up on them all the time and hovering and that sort of thing. We ladies need to get a life and do what we're doing. We need to be occupied with ourselves. There are so many things that we can be doing with our time and everything like that. It's not like we should enable them to do things wrong, but at the same time, we really should be more focused on ourselves. Women are raised to cater to everybody else. But the thing is, if we are raised to be more focused on ourselves and more selfish, that's actually going to make the men love us more. And I know you're like, what? No, women aren't supposed to be like that. Yeah, if we love ourselves more and we're more focused on ourselves, the man's actually going to love you more. And I know that doesn't even make sense, because that goes against everything you've been raised with, but that is the absolute truth. He's really going to appreciate you more if you love yourself more. That's going to make you more attractive to everybody. Your self-esteem's going to be high, and that's going to bring more people to you. More people are going to be like, wow, she really likes herself. There must be a reason for it, and you're just gonna be self-focused. When people have low self-esteem, people don't trust people with low self-esteem, and there's a good reason for it. People with low self-esteem are untrustworthy because they can't even trust themselves. I have high self-esteem, and people trust me, and they should, because I'm not going to screw up, because I believe in myself. So other people know they can believe in me too. They know I'm not going to do anything wrong, because I'm solid. I don't have any reason to screw up. I like myself. There's no iffiness there. I know who I am. So it's, the more you like yourself, the more you're focused on yourself, the more into yourself you are as a woman, the more a guy is going to like you. I know that's just like completely insane, because you think, no, the more you cater to him. No. It's just the opposite. The more you're just into whatever you're doing and stuff like that, the more he's going to like you. I know you're like, but that doesn't mean be masculine. That doesn't mean, lord your intelligence over him. Because no, guys don't like that. Guys don't like that. You can be smart and everything like that, but don't be like, guess how smart I am. Well, does anybody like that? No. But let me tell you what a friend of mine, this is what happens whenever you, post memes like that. There's always people that are going to, put laughy faces. I did get a bunch of hearts on that and a bunch of likes. I'm going to tell you that. But there's going to be a few people, who put laughy faces, and one of my friends put no underneath it. Okay. She's had 3 marriages. Okay. The first 2 failed. Guess why? Because she loved those 2 men more. And she's had a bunch of relationships fail. Why? Because she liked those guys more. The relationship she's in now, okay, her new husband, she's with this guy for a while, he loves her a lot more than she loves him. In fact, she kind of, I don't know, I think she kind of doesn't treat him right. She's definitely the prize in the relationship. And she's pretty self-absorbed with this dude. And with these other guys, she was kind of always worried about them. And she kind of is like oblivious to the fact that she's disagreeing with something that's an obvious fact about her. And the thing is, I'm so smart about what I just put that I'm not going to argue with her about it, because I just don't argue with people. I'm not going to say, look at your whole life history and are you going to still disagree with me about this? That's kind of mean of me. So I just didn't say anything. I didn't even delete what she said either. I just left it. Did not say a word. But nobody liked what she said. They left it alone. No one said anything. I just let it go. But the guy she's with now, he caters to her. She's the prize in the relationship. He does whatever she wants. I think I would say he feels lucky to be with her. And I think she kind of takes advantage of the situation. We keep telling her, I think you should be a little bit nicer to him. I think you guys should have more like romantic nights out. You know what I mean? I don't think she really appreciates him. And she's been with some real narcissistic pricks before. If you'll excuse my language. I know people throw around the word narcissist, but one of her husbands really was one. And I know we throw that word around a lot. He really seriously was one, though. Like a real one. Like, clinically, certifiably, he fits the criteria of one. Like, he really didn't care about her. Like, financial abuse and everything. So it's... She's really taking advantage of this dude she's with now. And I'm like, do you not see this really kind of... really kind of describes you. And I mean, I'm head over heels in love with the man I'm with. But I have to hold my feelings in and go, don't fuss over him. Don't smother him. Don't, just like do your own thing and give him room to love you. You know what I mean? Like, don't be one of those women who loves the man more than he loves you. Don't let it get like that, Even if you're in love with him, you can't let it get like that. And her previous relationships were totally like that, and those guys just stomped all over her, and she attracted a lot of that, and the guy she's with now is like, he just treats her like a queen, and she doesn't appreciate it. She does not appreciate a nice guy. And I'm just like looking at her like, he treats you so good. And it's kind of breaks my heart, because he's a sweet guy. I mean, I'm just like, why are you doing this to him? after all the jerks. I mean, she was with one jerk after another, and she's finally with this good guy. He's good to her kids and everything, and she's just like, why are you like this? I mean, I don't know everything that goes on in their house, but she just dogs him out hard. I mean, it's bad. But it really is, if you want sanity and balance in your life, if you're the kind of woman, just really love your man, be in love with your man, but really just be into yourself, and he'll love you. Seriously. Be feminine. Be loving. Okay? Do your own thing. Don't fuss over him. Don't trip off him. Don't care more about him than he cares about you. Don't ever care more about him. Ever. It's a recipe for mental illness. It really is. It's mentally unhealthy. And men can't love like women can. And I know a lot of these men today are very in touch with their feminine side. And I'm not saying that men can't nurture, men can't love, men can't be good, because they can. Men can be wonderful. I mean, my man is wonderful. But I'm not expecting him to love the way a woman can love. He's not a woman. You know, if I wanted to be with someone in a love relationship who could love like a woman, I would be with a lesbian, and I'm not. You know, I love a man. So I got to expect him to love like a man. Right? Right? So that's, you need to have the mentality that's realistic. And here my friend is saying no. And I want to say another funny thing. Speaking of loves, my love is my twin flame. Sensational Delights, also known as Astral. Okay. See, here's my engagement ring. There it is. Okay. So, Astral did this video about Karens, you know, who go into the coffee shop, go into the candy shop. Okay, this is where I see them. In the pharmacy, you know, where the bozos are. They go into the pharmacy too. And there was this lady whose real name was Karen, and she had a fit in the pharmacy. She probably needed pain medication. That's why they really act up in there. If you're in pain, people in pain act up in the pharmacy. You really don't want to wait on them, but you have to. And this lady came up to the window and said, "Hi, my name is Karen." And then she flipped out, and she was wearing a wig, and her wig started moving around while she started going off. And she literally said, "My name is Karen." And I was standing in line in back of her too. But this was like 2 years ago. This was like right before the pandemic. So her name actually was Karen. And she had the wig going and everything. But she was actually kind of out of her mind. So I'm not sure what kind of pills she really needed. But I hope they gave them to her. And I almost wanted to give her a hug, because I could tell she wasn't all there. And I hope she got her pills. And I felt bad for her. So this wasn't like I really wanted to make fun of her, but her name was Karen, and she said, "Let me speak to the manager." And I was like, and I wanted to laugh, but then I noticed that she was just like not in her right mind, and I was like, I can't laugh. But she said, "I'm Karen so-and-so, and I need to speak to the manager." And I was like, is this like, am I being pranked or something? Like, she literally said that. There's a lady in the nail salon, and she was a Karen, and she was giving the nail technicians a hard time about her daughters getting their nails done. When I was a barista Everybody in there was a Karen. The men, the women, everybody was a Karen. It just seems like everybody was bothering me all the time while I was trying to make their coffee. Hey, did you put the shots in there like this, like that? Just let me do my freaking job, please. Everybody, this was in the 90s. This was like, the original Java City on 1800 and Capitol? I was there making the coffee, so this was a long time ago. Okay, so I was working there, okay? People would come in there and they would order like 4 shots of espresso in their coffee. And I would be making like all these special like little drinks and everything, and they would be like, it's a quad shot, did you put all 4 shots in there? And I'm just like, would you like some meth with that? They were just like all crazy, and like people would just come in and want this and want that, and me to do all these like specialty things that I'm just kind of like asking the person at the register, did you charge them for that? Are they trying to get me to hook them up with something? Do we do that? Like, I'm new here, do we do that? Okay. if we do that. But they all wanted all these weird things, and they were all Karens, and I'm just like, I know because this was in the days before Starbucks. So I'm like, do we do all this weird stuff? And it seems like almost every single person was a Karen, and they all had a complaint, and they all wanted something weird, and I was just like, this is nuts. Okay, you want a what? Okay, and the customer's always right. This was in the days when the customer was always right. So Astral was not joking about these Karens, but the friend that had to say no under my meme that was correct, she's being a Karen. She had to say no about something that's right. And I don't know. She's with this guy that just loves her to death. She's the prize in the relationship. She's very self-absorbed, and it's working for her. So it's like, I don't know why she can't see it. And her kids even told me, they took me aside and they go, do you know what a Karen is? And I said, yes. And they go, our mom's a Karen. And I go, is it embarrassing? And they go, yes. So I said, do you want to see my Karen glasses? And they go, yeah. Because I had these like Miss Peacock glasses, not the green ones that I had on the other day, but I just had these like regular degular, like reading, like Miss Peacock shaped reading glasses. And they go, oh yeah, those are Karen glasses. I go, okay, I'm going to take them off now because you kids are making me feel real old right now. And I go, but I'm not a Karen. I go, I don't nitpick people and complain and stuff, or I never speak to the manager. They go, you don't? I go, no. They go, why not? I go, it's embarrassing. Because I don't want to embarrass people. Especially myself. Because I just don't have a bone to pick with people. I'm just kind of like, I'm just not like, I don't know, don't you ever feel like, do you ever like send your food back and make a big deal out of stuff? If the meat's undercooked or something, yeah, that's pretty like scary, but do you make a big deal out of stuff? I don't. I don't like bug people, can you do this? And like, I don't like make people turn into like a chemist and stuff. You know what I mean? It just, if something is that big of a deal, can you, just make it at home? That's scary. That's too crazy. But she had to even disagree with my meme. That's it's like the best old world advice. Her mom, her grandma, her auntie, people should be taking her aside and being like, Do you not realize this is why your life is finally working? Hello? Crazy. She doesn't know. She does not understand that's why her life is finally working. I don't know. And that doesn't mean she doesn't love her husband, though. I mean, I kind of think she dogs him out, but it doesn't mean she doesn't love him. I mean, that I think she could be nicer to him, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. But, yeah. I think she's kind of combative, but it's just me. She's a Karen. She's a Karen. What am I going to say? But I'd like to give a shout out to Sensational for giving me the Karen idea. Thank you, Astral, for giving me that Karen idea. I love you so much. Okay, otherworldlies. I'm gonna let this go right here, but I just had to give that story. No Karens, and ladies, we need to love ourselves and quit arguing with people. Yeah, love ourselves, quit arguing with people, and be with a man that loves you more, that cares about you. Quit being so freaking argumentative, okay? Please? Okay? Just chill, just do your own thing. Have your own thing going and be doing it. Okay? Alright, everybody. I love you all, and you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed evening. Good night.